For my Rubenstein Perennial internship, I was the Conservation Planning Intern for the Williston Conservation Commission at the Williston Department of Planning and Zoning. I worked with Melinda Scott, who serves as the Conservation Planner for the town of Williston. Throughout my internship, I assisted with a wide variety of environmental planning projects, including GIS data entry and mapping, trail restoration and maintenance, park stewardship, and water quality sampling, which you will see in this video. Today is Wednesday, August 23rd, 2017, and I am heading out on my last water quality sampling adventure. On a weekly basis, I would take water quality samples along the Allen Brook. Every Wednesday morning, I collected samples to be tested for turbidity, phosphorus, and E. coli from 8 different locations. I would then deliver the samples to the UVM lab and pick up the materials in order to take the samples again the following week. The results from the samples that I collected will be compiled into a report at the end of the season, and then Melinda will evaluate the findings to see if there are any trends or if there's any standout data. When taking the samples, I took field notes on time, weather, temperature, and any other fluctuating condition. Apart from water quality sampling, I spent a large portion of my internship using GIS and GPS technologies to assess the trail system in Williston. At the start of my internship, I was taught by Melinda and Nick Warner from the Winooski Valley Park District how to assess a trail. I would walk the trails with a clipboard and a piece of paper and write down comments on what work needed to be done on each of the trails. Specifically, I would look to see what areas needed to be mowed or weed whacked, if there were any bridges or puncheon that needed to be fixed, and what areas were retaining an excessive amount of water. After I would fill this out, I would return the paper to Melinda and she would decide what further work to do. As my internship progressed, Melinda provided me with new technology that allowed me to assess the trails via my cell phone. I was tasked with completing an independent project of my choice, and I chose to develop a geospatial database of wildlife sightings in Williston. The purpose of this project was to gather data in order to further refine significant wildlife habitat area in the zoning regulations. This project incorporated wildlife sightings from 4 different sources. Using this geospatial database, an analysis was done in order to see if any patterns or trends emerged from these sightings in relation to land cover in Williston. The project concluded with the activation of an iNaturalist website in order to continue the tracking of wildlife sightings in Williston. I focused my learning objectives around the skills that I had hoped to acquire prior to starting my internship. I was able to complete all of my learning objectives except one. Melinda focused the internship around what I wanted to learn, which made completing most of them very easy. I was unable to complete one of the objectives because there was simply not enough time to do so. On my first day, Melinda stated that the summer will be over before you know it. And it did exactly that.